Okay, I ran across an article I got to share with you. I'm going to read it to you, but it's something I found in the BeTheFew community on Google+. Now, I run two communities right now on Google+. One of them's the prophetic community, if you're into the prophetic. The other one's the BeTheFew community. You know, what's it like to be the few? And some people sometimes post some good articles. Now, I'm going to read this one to you so you can sit back and just listen. It's about posting on Facebook. Now here it is Carolyn Henderson. She's basically linking a blog post, which is okay. I love it. You know, you can click on right here on beliefnet.com, Common Sense Christianity. We're going to end up over here, Common Sense Christianity, afraid to post on Facebook. And this is something that I heard last night. People are kind of freaked out about posting things for Jesus on Facebook. Now this should not be so. So I'm going to read this to you. Make it a little smaller so for my video audience here. I have a cat named Xena the Warrior Princess, which is a diverting misnomer because she's one of the timidest animals alive. Admittedly, far as staying alive, running away from trouble is a successful stratagem for Xena, who spends her days concealed in the bushes, wide-eyed and paranoid. When she does venture out, she flat out runs, which invariably results in the dog hard on her heels. And then it's back to the bushes. As I say, it's a successful stratagem for staying alive, but not necessarily for living. That's right, man. That's right. If you haven't found something worth dying for, then what are you living for, right? Timid, timorous, afraid. So it is with many Christians who are some of the most timorous humans I run into. Not all of them, mind you. There are many, many believers persecuted and punished for living their lives with honor, grace, and truth. And too many of them we know nothing about because they're in prison or in poverty. Some of the photos circulated of their last moments are too graphically violent to be permitted on social media sites, although one can't help but wonder if it's too dreadful to see. What was it like to endure? But in the United States, the country in which I was born, in which I live, while we are not yet at overtly complete totalitarian status, we've definitely not free and swinging in the tropical isles, contently living our lives in liberty without the interference from the powers that be, which theoretically serve us. What is it George Washington said? The government's good when they fear you, and the government's bad when you fear the government. Something like that. Bad paraphrase by Conrad rocks. Okay. Even the densest insensate realizes that stuff is going on, to the point that occasionally on national and corporate news stations a story shows up about a roadblock in which police randomly stop drivers to check for potential drinking. Dude, that sounds like Nazi Germany to me, you know. Your papers, please. Show me your papers. The Fourth Amendment of the Constitution prohibits illegal search and seizure, but many judges and justices routinely interpret things differently. Or invasive and degrading TSA pat-downs a bit over friendly skies there. Dude, look at this stuff. It's the Bill of Rights is real simple. It fits on one card. If you have like a playing card, you know, everybody should have memorized. See no evil. You can't go through the day without seeing an injustice perpetrated by an official, corporate, military, or government agency, even if it's nothing more than a speed trap. And yet, when it comes to letting others know about these things, Christians are the last to speak up. Friends, this should not be so. Christians should not be afraid. Man, fear not. Revelation 21:8. The fearful. It's number one on Jesus' list, man. Let me read it for you. Revelation 21:8. Here we go. 21.8. But the fearful, unbelieving, and abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. How about that love their life shall lose it? No, those that love their life shall lose it. Those that lose their life for the gospel and my sake shall have it for forever, for eternal. Christians they're getting things backwards. They shouldn't be afraid. Anyway, I don't want to post anything on Facebook. Dude, I heard that last night. people whisper, because they're watching these things, you know, and identifying who could be potential troublemakers. Now, who's they? Logic dictates that it isn't the Russians or the Islamic extremists or whatever other enemies we're told to be afraid of. They quite unfortunately appears to be our own government, which theoretically is supposed to be of the people, by the people, and for the people. So why are the people so afraid? Since when did expressing an opinion, any opinion, result in being put on a troublemaker? Read the domestic terrorist list. And she's striking at the heart of the truth here. There is a First Amendment as well to our Constitution. Freedom of speech, religion, and the right to peaceably assemble, unfortunately, is also regularly oddly interpreted by the judges. You know, like have free speech zones. We have constitutional free zones where they search your car 100 miles within the border to see if you're a U.S. citizen or not. Come on. Dude, Fourth Amendment violation, and we're paying them to violate. Isn't that crazy? In any war, half the battle is won when you convince the other side that it's already lost. Psalm 82 is a short conversation from God, the one true judge, the one that you need to worry about. It's the only one. You know, who are you to judge another man's servant before his master he stands or falls? You know, God's our judge. And, you know, we need to study to show ourselves approved unto God. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off on a rabbit trail there. The leaders and judges in the world of men. How long will you defend the unjust and show partiality to the wicked? Defend the cause of the weak and fatherless. Maintain the rights of the poor and the oppressed. Rescue the weak and needy. Deliver them from the hand of the wicked. Does this sound like what those in power are doing today? The psalmist continues. They know nothing. They understand nothing. They walk about in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are shaken. Since the gods of this world are not doing the job to which they were appointed, maybe we, the ordinary people, and especially the Christians in America, who are not yet bound and tied, can speak up for the weak and defenseless, and not be so afraid that they might notice and put us on a list. Ooh. Because when and if they do, won't we want someone to know and possibly speak up for us? Even if it's nothing more than a Facebook post. By the way, the psalm has an interesting penultimate line. I said, you are gods, you are all sons of the Most High, but you will die like mere men. You will fall like every other ruler. Evil doesn't triumph, but it can gain a lot of power when good people sit back, watch, and say nothing. You know, I'm compelled to end this with a poem from Martin Niemöller. I don't know why. Could go Edmund Burke. You know, evil triumphs when good men do nothing. But anyway, here's one. When the Nazis came for the communists, I remained silent. I was not a communist. When they locked up the Social Democrats, I remained silent. I was not a Social Democrat. When they came for the trade unionists, I did not speak out. I was not a trade unionist. When they came for the Jews, I remained silent. I wasn't a Jew. When they came for me, there was no one left to speak out. So, thank you for that post into the BeTheFew community. Common Sense Christianity. Carolyn Henderson. You guys check it out. BeTheFew community on Google+. Tell you what, I'll put the link down here in the video. God bless you. And you know what? Stand up for Jesus, man. Let's stand up for Jesus. Let's unite. Let's not be afraid. Let's not live in fear. Till we meet again, dig deeper, go higher. Yeah, like I said, all my links can be found on ConradRocks.net. Go to gplus.to/ConradRocks, gplus.to/prophetic for the prophetic community. And this post was from the BeTheFew community, gplus.to/BeTheFew.